Hey crafters, welcome back to my channel Because I'm Crafty. My name's Katelyn and today I have a DIY for you and I'm going to show you how to make some really cool wall art. So if you watched my vlog from the Creative Festival, you would have seen that I bought a really cool quilting panel from Lens Mills and it had a really amazing sewing theme to it, and I decided that I wanted to cut it up and make different wall art pieces with it. And since the sewing room is now complete, which if you haven't seen the room tour, I will link it down below. I am so happy that it's finished and it looks amazing. So you have a little sneak peek behind me if you haven't seen that video yet. But I'm going to show you what I did with that quilting panel and let's get into it. For this DIY, you're going to need your fabric, some batting, some canvases, a staple gun, fabric cutting tools like a ruler and scissors, some matching thread, and a sewing machine. The first thing I want to do is cut out the panels that I'm using, and I bought this fabric panel at the Lens Mills table that was at the Creative Festival. If you haven't seen that video, I did like a little vlog from the Creative Festival, which was a really super fun day. And this panel has all kinds of sewing related things on it. And there's some down here as well. It's just folded in half. And I really wanted to put them on canvases and hang them in my sewing room. So I want to keep the 3 squares that are going across together for portions of it. And then I may have some leftover ones that will just do 1 square at a time. But for now I'm going to cut out the ones that I'm going to keep together. And then I'm going to cut out some black strips so that I can sew around the top edges, the sides, and the bottom edges so that I have enough to wrap around my wooden canvases. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out just following the lines that are here, and then I'll just sew on the inner portion of it, so I'll only lose a small section of the actual print, and that way I'll have the extra. So I want to cut 2-inch strips, so I need it to come out that much further. I'm going to sew the top and the bottom ones on first so it'll go all the way across, and then I'll sew the 2 inches on the edges. So I'm just going to cut some long 2-inch strips out of this black one so that I have enough for all of them that I want to do. So that's how one of them is going to look with the strips added onto it. Now I'm going to show you how I attach these and then we'll get going with it. So I bought these wooden canvases at Michael's. I tried to buy like fabric canvases, but they didn't have any that were close to the size that I needed. So I bought this 6-pack of 8x8, and my little squares are around 7x7, which is why I'm adding the black strips to it. But I figured since they're wooden and they're a little bit thick, I can just staple gun them together. So I'm just going to hold them together as evenly as possible and just put a few staples in. Now I'm not going to put it too close to the edge at the bottom because I still need to wrap my fabric over and staple it. So I don't want there to be double there so that there's one in the way. There we go. So we've got 2 together. I'm going to take my 3rd one and do the same thing. So it is bending a bit at the front. It's opening there, as you can see. So I'm going to put a few staples in the front because I am adding batting, so it's a little bit cushioned, so you won't see the staples at all. I'm just going to put 3, I think. Feels much sturdier and it's not bending at all. So I'm going to take some batting. I found these little packages at the dollar store and they were $1.50 for a piece that's 19 inches by 21. I figured for the small amount that I'm going to be using, I didn't want to buy a big package of Fabricland because it would have been more money. So basically there's enough here that I can just cut this piece in half and use it twice, and I'm just going to lightly stretch it to reach the edges. But we only need the one layer, I think will do. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut down this fold that it's already got in it from the packaging. So we've got our desired shape for our batting, and I'm going to go ahead and cut all the pieces for the rest and staple the rest together so that they're ready, and then I can sew my black strips to my panels all at once, so it'll be a little bit quicker, and that will wrap around the sides. So it'll be something like that. So I'll go ahead and prepare all the other ones and then get sewing those up. So I've got my black strip in my panel, and I'm just going to sew it with a really small seam allowance. So I've got a little bit of excess of this black here hanging over the edge, so I'm just going to go trim that off, and then I'll sew on the short side. So when I'm sewing this, I want to make sure that this seam is pressed up, and after I sew these on, I'll probably go over to the iron and give it a quick press. But for now, I'm just going to make sure that it faces towards the black when I sew it. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the others, and then I will give them all a good press. And make sure that you get all the creases out of the fabric as best you can, because once it's on the canvas, you won't be taking it off. So I've got this first one here. I've got my wooden canvases down, my batting just covering the top edge, and I've got my fabric. So I'm trying to make sure that the top and bottom have about the same amount of the black and the same on the sides. So I think that looks pretty good. Hold it as evenly as possible and flip it. I'm just going to pull the batting so it's a little bit closer to the edge. And I think I'm just going to trim off this excess batting that's just sticking out from the edge. Okay, so I'm just going to start taking my staple gun and stapling that fabric down. So at these corners, I'm not stapling it too close to the corner because I still have to fold the edge over, so I'm just going in a little bit. So I've got this corner here, and I want to make sure that it looks nice on the outside. So I want to fold it so that this side comes up straight. on the corner here. It's kind of hard to see because it's black on black, but I'm basically creating a fold with the side that comes right up the edge. So if there's any sides that look loose, then you might want to put a few more staples in. The top and bottom look not too bad. I might put another couple right along here, but this side is a little bit loose, and so is that side, so I'm going to put a couple more staples in, and then we'll be good to go. So I think I'm pretty happy with how tight my fabric is against the canvas with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other two, and then I'm going to double check my staples and see if I need to hammer any of them down more, but this one seems not too bad. So I've got all of them put together now. They look pretty cool, and I'm going to decide where to put them up on the wall in my sewing room and show you how they look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned how to make some different wall art. I think it's a really good idea to use up some scraps that you have, maybe of some favorite fabric of yours, and display it on your wall and have it forever. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below if you have any video requests. And make sure to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And make sure to check out the Because I'm Crafty Facebook page and Instagram account, and share your creations with me with the hashtag BecauseI'mCrafty. See you next time, crafters. Bye!